Hello viewers, today for unboxing we have kind of a legendary cordless phone set. Now this isn't the ultimate version of this with the color display handsets, but this is the VTech i5881, I believe is the model number, with the base and the monochrome handset and the belt clip for the handset. And I managed to get a really nice price on this. Hopefully you didn't just see the, what's it called? Oh no, that wasn't what I thought it was. That is the manual. I did not even know this came with the manual. Not even a minute into the video and it's already better than I expected. So there it is. Looks like this would not have come with the color display handset from the factory. And there's the older logo. Telephone product registration. Register your product now and enter our $100,000 giveaway 3. So it is unknown whether the battery works in this, which is how come I got it at such a great price. Oh wow, this is smaller than I was expecting. But this is a really heavy, solid telephone. Nothing in the spare battery compartment. Not even... Huh. It doesn't even look like there are charging contacts in here. Maybe they're on the upper side, on the inside of the base. I guess that would make sense, so the design of the sliding door is easier. These buttons do feel pretty nice. And there's the iridescent logo. That's really cool. Here's the handset charger. Also astonishingly solid, actually. These charging cradles usually weigh nothing. And there's another iridescent logo. Unfortunately, this is hardwired, but of course that means this is the original or Origitan power supply. It outputs DC 6 volts, 300 milliamps. Positive is the white wire. Unfortunately, I won't be able to reuse this twist tie because it's the annoying kind that holds its shape. And here's the power cord for the base. It outputs DC 7 volts, 900 milliamps, center positive. And it's got that annoyingly small plug size that is all too common on 2000s era VTech manufactured telephones. So I'm very glad that this came with the original power supply. This looks like the handset. Again, this has a very solid feel to it. It's smaller than I expected, but it's nice and heavy. The headset jack rubber appears to be in perfect condition. That's always nice. And this logo appears iridescent as well. And actually, is that bigger than the base one? Maybe a tiny bit bigger. Oh, it's blurry. Anyway, that's unusual that they're the same size or maybe even slightly larger on the handset. No sticky foam freak show in there. And the battery does not appear to be corroding at all. There is something on one of these contacts, but I think that's just scratching. That's the positive contact. I'm not sure if it's going in there properly. I feel like these plastic tabs on the side should be clicking into place. I mean, it sounded like they did, but now it's still not being held down. Anyway, with the battery cover on, it doesn't seem to matter. And that's it. So this was very nicely packaged, I'd say. And I'll plug in these adapters, which I may have to unplug some other things in order to do. Oh no. The charging cradle's adapter is just barely too short. Alright, they are plugged in now. Oh no, you can still see it. Okay, that's good. It's the main base adapter that might be too short. The charging cradle light is blue, which I did not expect. And this is not immediately taking a charge. I do have another battery that I can put in here in case this battery is spoiled. So I will take a look at the features here on the base. Phone book is empty to start with. There are numbers in the redial. A lot of numbers. And they're mostly 10-digit numbers. And the calls log has only one entry in it. Oh wow, the ringer's been changed. I don't believe this is the default ringer for this set. That is very loud though. Wow. That's painfully loud. Nice. Even on low, it's kind of shrill. It's got a super wide range of contrast levels, which is good. I think I'll go with this level. And it does have the ability to display in 3 different languages. Of course, there's a glare that is inescapable because this faceplate is convex. So let me see if I can prop this base up on some paper. Okay, that looks better. Okay, so yeah, it's looking like this battery's not going to take a charge. So I will put in this battery. And this is the blue version. I was kind of suspecting it would be because, whoa, the battery just popped out because of the indicator lights being blue. So let's see if it finds the base. And it has. Didn't make the sound, but there it is. And it's got that iconic imitation Anatang clock, which is really cool to have finally, because the battery that this came from a phone that does not have the ability to display that clock, even though it comes with this operating system, or I guess a variation of this operating system. That phone being the model 2425, or the Bell South branded BS2425. Alright, so let's plug in this phone line. It's pretty loud. Jeez, I don't even know there they are. I couldn't even find the volume buttons. Wow. That thing gets amazingly loud. No sound select on speakerphone, which figures. And there's bass boost, mid boost, and treble boost, and natural audio.
The number you have reached,
And it's nice and quiet.
767-2676, is not in service. If you feel you've
And that's
reached this
actually not
recording
super
in error,
loud, but it's pretty
please
loud.
check the number and try your call again.
Not really distorted at all at that volume, which is nice.
The number you have reached, 605-767-2676, is...
Alright, I think before I call the testing phone number, I'm gonna mess with the settings in this thing, just to get it optimized. So, let's see. It's almost all the way down. And I think that is the default for these. Jeez, that was loud. It's exactly the same selection as the bass has. That's probably my favorite out of these. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus. There we go. Vibrate control. Definitely want that on. That is a really cool feature. The low battery tone has a nasty habit of waking me up late at night. So I'm gonna turn that off. And this is also trilingual. Contrast, which is set in the middle. And range tone, I think I'll turn that on. And it's currently 423. This button might need some internal cleaning.
The number you have reached, 605767, is not in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again. Thank you. The number you have reached, 605-767-2676, is not in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again. Thank you. The number you have reached, 605-767-2676, is not in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again. Thank you. The number you have reached, 605-767-2676.
I think natural audio does sound the best.
Reached 605-767-2676 is not in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again. Thank you. The number you have reached, 605.
Seems to be cutting out every few seconds.
2676, is not in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again. Thank you. The number you have reached, 605-767-2676, is not in service. If you feel you have reached...
I think it must just be interference on one of the spread spectrum channels.
is not in service.
It actually has better sound quality than I expected.
Please check the number and try your call again. Thank you.
It sounded like the bass speaker doesn't really have good treble response, but when it's getting audio from the line, it seems like it actually does.
2676 is not in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again. Thank you. The number you have...
It's not all that loud, but it's not distorting at all. And it actually has, I think, really good frequency response on both low end and high end, for telephone, that is. So this seems like a pretty nice sounding set so far. Also, it is nice to see that there are no missing handsets in this system. There's just bass and global page, which would always be there no matter how many handsets are in there.
The number you have reached, 605-767-2... or call again. Thank you.
Actually, I forgot to check if it allows you to do an intercom call during these transfers. Nope, doesn't look like it.
Check the number and try your call again.
Oh no, there is an intercom button there. I'll just try that once more.
The number you have reached. 2676.
Yep, just does the same thing as the speakerphone button.
If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check.
So, okay. Oh yeah, and there's a dedicated hold button too. Looks like it does the same exact thing as the hold soft key. Sounds like flash is working. Same on the handset. So I'll just check the number keys and then leave some testing messages and finally test call this phone. And the PBX wasn't responding because sometimes it just does that. There are actually phone book entries on the handset. And yeah, I think I was right about that right hand soft key. It's like the only one out of all these buttons that doesn't respond every time. It responds maybe 2/3 of the time you press it. Well, the machine filled up just before I was going to hang up, and I wanted to get a sound of it hanging up into the charger, so I'll just do that on an intercom call right now.
Is full. Please erase your messages. Message 1. This is a testing message, testing -1, -2, -1000 from the VTech. Actually, let me see what specific model the handset has. I don't know where it is in here. Oh, yes, this is the VTech model 5831, actually. I called this the 5881 earlier in the video, I believe. So the base number is 5831. I can never seem to get these 2000s era VTech model numbers straight for some reason. So this is on regular phone mode. Now let's go to speakerphone, or hands-free as it calls it. Okay, and I'm still holding it up to my ear. I'm holding it at a standard speakerphone length, or distance from my mouth. And now I'm holding it at about arm's length. And because these phones, I believe, should have pretty good pickup, I'm going to place this down on the floor and start backing across the room without changing the volume of my voice. Monday, 4:32 p.m. Message 2. Alright, this is a testing message from the 5831 base on the carpet. And I'm going to pick it up slightly so that the carpet doesn't block as much sound. Hopefully this thing sounds good. I really find it rare to have a bass speakerphone that actually has decent audio pickup. So if this does, this one's going to get used a lot. And now I'm speaking directly into the microphone. So I'll place this on a flat surface and back across the room to see how sensitive the pickup is. I'm currently about 5 feet from the telephone. And I'm 6 feet from the telephone. 8 feet from the telephone. 10 feet from the that and we're going to get a feedback freak show. Apparently not. That's cool, actually. All right. Monday, 4:34 p.m. End of messages.
Okay, so everything sounds like it's working, except possibly there might be a gain control issue on, like, especially on the handset speakerphone. So I'm going to delete those 2 messages and do an extended speakerphone test on there, just to make sure. It seemed like it was working okay, but it was maybe like beginning to manifest that kind of issue. So I just want to make sure of how it sounds.
1 new message and 16 old messages. Message 1. This is the beginning of the extended speakerphone test message. I would read some of my custom Harvard sentences for this, but I don't have them printed out yet. So, this is the VTech 5831. One of the phones that's been most influential for the phone collector who's been most influential for me, Jordan Yu. Now, I've never seen these in use anywhere in the wild, as it were, but I'm really glad to have one now, because it just seems like a really nice phone. What a cool set to have as one of your first ever sets that you grew up with. Hopefully, the speakerphone on this handset is not going bad after all. Alright, goodbye. Monday, 4:40. End of messages.
Okay, so I think if I were to just speak up a bit for this speakerphone, it should work just fine. Now let's give this a test call. Oh crap, I just hung up. Shortest test call of all time. I don't feel it vibrating, oddly enough. It is set to on, maybe it's just not vibrating for long enough. I mean ringing for long enough. Alright, so that will be it for the initial checkout of this VTech 5831 set. Which I really can't believe I got for the price that I did. I mean, it came with everything except the color display handset, but it didn't even come from the factory with that. So as far as I'm concerned, this is basically a complete set. Wherever I put it, the manual is with it. And, of course, there's the belt clip. And I only paid $12 and something cents, including shipping, for this. So I'm quite happy with this.